One question: when is a comfort seat not a comfort seat? Would you know the difference? Because apparently, and I'm ashamed to say, I didn't know the difference. I'll explain more. Hello, thanks for joining me and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all well. Can I just say first of all, as an apology, I'm doing this in by way of just a change really. I'm doing it in the back garden. So I've got my Bonnie on a bit of wood down there, but I'm hoping you can hear me okay, because just the other side of that quite big conifer hedge there is a pretty major road, and unfortunately on our major road we have a national speed limit sign there, so they come out of the village up the hill, see the happy sign and they're away. So often the one problem with where we live is sometimes is the traffic noise behind, and obviously I'm doing it in the middle of the day, so I just hope you can hear me okay, and apologies if there's any traffic noise going by. I hope it's not too bad. Now, what I wanted to touch on first of all was the comfort seat. As you know, I bought my Bonnie, very happy with it, but even before I got it, I'd read reviews online, and from my own observations of a previous Bonnie and an Interceptor that I used to have, the old slab seat wasn't very comfortable. So I just spotted online a Triumph comfort seat. It was on eBay. A Triumph comfort seat was on eBay. It was brown, and I thought, well, I'd probably prefer black because I do like this look, but brown will do, and it was just over £100. So I thought, yeah, worth a risk. So I bought it. Had my bike, put the comfort seat on. Didn't notice that much difference, to be honest. I couldn't see a vast amount of difference. But I thought, well, I'd also read from other reviews that the comfort seat wasn't that much better than the standard seat, and I thought, well, hey ho, that's how it must be, so that's fine. But then just the other day in the garage, I was looking for the USB charging point, which is under the seat, and I took my comfort seat off and put it by this seat, which was on the bench, and I pressed it and looked at it. The shape was identical, the shape was exactly the same, and I checked the part numbers on both. And forgive me, in fact, let's have a quick look. Let's have a quick look. Well, we'll whip this seat off. Okay, so there we go. Triumph, part number 2305765. 2305765, black standard seat. And now, I'm going to get this wrong now because I can't remember what the seat number on the brown one, the comfort seat, was. But it was 230566. Let's say. It was very, very close. So I did a part search on Google. I Googled it. This came up as a black standard seat. The brown comfort seat that I bought off eBay came back as a brown standard seat. It was a brown standard seat. Oh, I thought, I've been done again. Why always me? So I'd bought something that was described as a comfort seat, but it wasn't. It was a standard seat in brown. So I thought what to do. I thought, that's me all over. I've been ripped again. So now I bought this off eBay, and I sent a message to the seller. I'd only had this seat, it was only on for a short while, and part of the reason that I didn't notice any difference, in my defence, was I hadn't done a major run on it. I did a major run on it on the black seat, and thought, well, you know, I did about 250 miles into Wales one day, and I thought, well, you know, but then I did on the comfort seat, I hadn't done any major mileage, just small mileage, and some of that I'd got me Airhawk seat cushion on top of it just to try that on the bike as well. So I wasn't picking up any major differences with the seat through my backside. But anyway, contacted the seller. I said, oi, that comfort seat you've sold me isn't a comfort seat. And you know, he was from down south. He was as good as gold, good as gold. I actually put a claim in through eBay. He sent me a postage label, send it me back. As soon as I get it back, I'll refund you. And he said, and he sent me an email to say, I'm so sorry about that. I won't say it was a grovelling apology. It was. He said, it's a genuine mistake. When I had my Bonnie, I bought it as a comfort seat. Truth is, he didn't notice much difference either. But in good faith, he thought that was a comfort seat. But he said, absolutely no problem. Send it me back and I'll refund you. So all's well that ends well. What is it in Latin? Buyer beware. Can't remember now. But there you go. It's been dealt with fine. I've got away with one, luckily for me, thankfully. The seller's been very good about it. And I do believe it was a genuine mistake, but I'm just saying, just be careful. How do we tell these comfort seats? I now know that you can see a little bit of the netting if you turn them over underneath. But at the time I bought it, it's just, you know, if somebody advertises I don't know, a Bud Eakins, Bonneville, that's what you expect to get, is it not? Not an Elvis Presley Bonneville, which I believe they just brought out. Anyway, enough about that. Just moving on from that, you may notice Triumph centre stand is fitted. I had this done. A lot of people said, yeah, that's the way to go with my centre stand. The Tech one had. The Tech one, I found it was difficult to get on the stand, and then the lugs on the stand itself had collapsed, so it was leaning too far back. So I've had the Triumph centre stand. I can't really show you here because I'm sort of on my lawn and on a little bit of wood propping it up, but it is much easier to get onto the stand, this is, and easy to knock off the stand because it hasn't collapsed. So very happy with the centre stand. So that's that covered. Okay, another little thought is the weather here has improved, and for once, at long last, they're telling us we're going to get decent-ish temperatures next week for a few days, for a prolonged period. We'll see how that goes, but that's what they're telling us. So I thought, now's my chance to do the camping trip that I've been talking about. I've been getting a few things together, and I've got my box on ready, and so that's one of the things. And you may have noticed that I've got some pannier rails fitted. So these came from Tech, about £50. Pleased with them, absolutely pleased with them. Just 2-bolt fixing behind the footrest and behind the top shot mounting. Okay, this is just showing the Tech pannier rails. You can get these in chrome, all black. They cost about £50, and they mount at the top of the rear shock absorber and the rear of the footrest. Mine are obviously in chrome, and they did require, just as the instructions say, Tech actually say that once they're fitted, you may have to just bend them out very slightly to give yourself a little bit of clearance between the bracket and the shock. And I had to do that as well. I've seen 1 or 2 people say that you have to do that and Tech should sort it out, but it was no major hardship just to do that. So that's the pannier rail. So as far as the camping trip is concerned, I think I'm pretty much sorted. In preparation for the camping trip, I've got my top box to put my stuff in, and I put these pannier rails on from Tech. The panniers may come, they may not come. If they don't come, I'm not too concerned. What I have got is I've got this, me cue bag. There we go. Now, in this cue bag, I'm envisaging that that's going to sit on the back just there. And in here, I've got my tent, my blow-up mattress. I'm not having one of these self-inflating things that's like 1/4 of an inch thick. I've got a proper blow-up mattress in here with a built-in pillow, and it's got a built-in pump, so that's marvellous. I've got my sleeping bag in here. Sleeping bag, tent, blow-up mattress. I've got a cooker in here. Oh, fantastic little jet boiler thing. That's fantastic. I'll show you that when I'm on the campsite. And I've got a table in here, a little tiny table that goes on a spike. And so the only other thing I've got to put across probably is my chair. Now, what I'm going to do with this, if you're anything like me, in the olden days when we went camping, we used to use these things, bungees, which, well, I mean, to be fair, I never really had, nothing ever fell off my bikes, and we're going back a number of years camping and that, but bungees used to do the job. But somebody put me onto these, and I'm sure most of you will have heard of them, these rock straps. And these are really, really very good. It does help that on this bag there's little sewn in things there that I can put the rock strap through, if you see what I mean. I don't know if you can see it from where you are. I'll do a close-up in a bit. but that will go on there. And what you do, you connect one side of the rock strap to one side, the other end to another side, and clip it together like that. And then you can tighten them up. Fantastic, fantastic. Not dead cheap, but really secure way of fixing your stuff to your bike. Very impressed with them. 1 or 2 people have suggested, yeah, rock straps. I've seen about rock straps. And I finally took the plunge, lashed out, and got a couple. So that's wonderful. Okay, rock straps. We talked about bungees beforehand. Well, this is a rock strap. It comes in 2 parts. Now that bit is actually just like seatbelt webbing, like webbing. It is adjustable for length on the clip here, but there's no movement in that. But this bit, and I think that's the clever bit really, is elasticated. So the idea is to fit them wherever you feel. You just loop them back on one another like that. So that will go like that. Find somewhere secure to attach this end. Again, loop it back on itself. And then it's simply a matter of clipping that into there around your luggage. So for example, you could have your Q bag on there, and I can of course thread it through the hooks on the bag. So let's do that. So thread it through the hooks, and then it's just a matter of finding the other end and clicking together. And that, if you do the same on the other side, it's impossible for that to come off now, because especially as it's through the hooks on the bag. So I think that's phenomenal. Somebody suggested these rock straps, and I can see they're quite a bit more expensive than a bungee, but great piece of kit. Okay, now I've also mounted on the handlebars my Quadlock. I've got the vibration damper as well, so that's sitting just there. And so I bought the Quadlock case for me phone. So the phone goes in the case and it fits on the Quadlock, and that should give me sat nav, should I need it, Google Maps, stuff like that, and maybe even a bit of music. It has been suggested that I run the cable, the USB cable, from under the tank, and so that I can charge the phone as I'm going along, which seems to me a good idea. I'm just going to get a longer cable. So the plan is to go on Sunday for a few nights. If it's really good, I can extend it. If it's horrible, I'll be back in the middle of the morning, Monday morning. But we'll give it a whirl and see how that goes. Can I just say thank you for liking and commenting and subscribing to the channel. It's good to have you on board. We're building a little bit of a community here. And one thing that I did say to one of the subscribers was, it's great to see how people are leaving comments, and it's not just for me, but people interacting amongst themselves, different comments that go on, and that's great to see. And if you've got anything to comment on, anything you want me to air, feel free. You can either leave a comment below or email your photographs to shottostravels@gmail.com. Be good to see them. So that's it for this one. Just a shorty to give you a little bit of an update on the bike in preparation for the camping trip. We'll see how that goes. It might go well, it might not go well, who knows, but I'm giving myself the best chance by waiting for the weather, and the weather is hopefully arriving early next week. So I'm looking forward to it, and when I get there, I won't show you the trudge up the motorway, that's a bit pointless, but when I get there, I'll show you the tent and show you the living arrangements for a few days. So I'm going to leave it there for this one. Thanks for tuning in. I know it's only been a short one, a little bit of an update. I did think about going for a ride round and doing this, and then I thought, you know, for what I've got to say, I can do it standing here in the middle of my lawn. So that's what we've done. I'm sorry if the traffic noise has been a pain. Hopefully I've got this on noise reduction for the traffic, but we'll have to see how that pans out. I'll know that in a few minutes. And I'll see you on the next one. But in the meantime, watch out for the potholes and the lunatic drivers. Look after yourselves and ride safe. Bye.